Hello to all traders and welcome to another Markets in Waves video. Today is Friday, the last trading session of the week, and it's probably going to be one that we're going to see some flows moving around as usually. In today's video, March 12th, we're going to have a quick look at the S&P on, what else was it? On the silver, GBPJPY, Johnson & Johnson, and also dollar against the Mexican peso. So starting off with the equities index first, a few days back, we talked about this potentially ending with an ending diagonal here as a running flat in wave B, because we were expecting this to be a false break. And then we said that potentially, and in case we break above that trend line, most likely that we're going to move up in a 5-wave impulse on the upside for a break of the 4K barrier, finally of the 4K barrier, because it's been a while that we've been around that level and we haven't broken it yet. So if we put together the Fibonacci extension tool for waves 3 and 4 in the primary degree over here, right? The 100 Fibonacci extension takes us to 40.72, which is potentially one level that we might meet resistance there. In case we break that level, the next level up will be the 45.83. If we want to take a different level in mind as well, just to keep an eye on, would be, the A and the B, of course, which ends here. So we've got to take into consideration that one, also the 61.8, which is the 41, yeah? And then we've got 43.38, and between the two, the 78.2 Fibonacci extension are 42K, okay? Silver moves very similar to gold that we saw yesterday. Yeah, do not forget that for silver, I'm expecting an A, B, and a C correction, yeah, that is a running flat in wave 4, okay? Because this is the only way I see this remaining as high. Otherwise, we'll have to break to lows that we haven't seen for a while, and I don't think that this particular market is that bearish. So I'm looking at this getting down to perhaps 23.57, yeah, which respects the running flat C wave extension, let's say. Respects also the waves 1, 2, 3, and 4 that we have seen so far, and it can easily give us a 5-wave impulse on the downside. Now the question is whether we have actually ended wave 4 or not. Okay, the truth is that I don't see much signals on the downside apart from the MACD, and this signal is not really, really strong. Now, because we had an interaction between waves 1 and 4 over here, it could be a case where this is going to turn into an ending diagonal in wave 5, okay? And then which suggests that we might see another leg on the upside around the 50 Fibonacci retracement around 26.55, and then a continuation lower. GBPJPY, you see from the bounce over here down at the ascending channel, yeah, around 137, we talked about this potentially being the ending wave C on the upside, yes, and this is coming through quite well, as you can see over here, right? So we've done the first wave on the upside, second, third, fourth, and it looks like to me now we're gonna go for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, yeah, F3, F4, and F5 to take out the top ascending channel, yeah, trend line, and then around 153, yeah, or so, finally start reversing. Now, do we get signals for a downside? It's very short signal here on the MACD, on other RSI as well. And this is why I'm expecting a correction, yeah, before we see the last move on the upside. But this is also supported because I don't like this structure. This is like 1 and 2, or 3, 4, and 5, or it could be a case where this is 1, 2, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 internally, so we want to get 4 and 5. Johnson & Johnson, it looks like to me this intermediate degree upside is going to be an ending diagonal. And obviously the first reasoning because, waves 1 and 4 interacting with one another, yeah? And the other reason is that this move on the upside cannot be an impulse wave 3 because it's actually currently, yeah, it's smaller than wave 1. So we would prefer to see a bigger wave 3 than 1, unless if of course there is still wave 5 that can be smaller, but still we prefer wave 3 to be larger. For that reason, I think we'll have an ending diagonal here. And for the short-term decline of the RSI MACD, the indication, I believe we want to get another leg down to take out this ascending trend line of this potential ending diagonal pattern. Okay, so I will be expecting prices to move a little bit lower as they're supported by the indicators, and then move up to 172 or perhaps even higher. Okay, in order to end this particular wave. Now, there is of course a different scenario in play here, okay, and we might extend much higher with that in mind, that this is ABC and this is wave 1 instead, right? Which means this is going to be wave 2, and then we're going to get wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. But all of them are going to be corrective, okay? In the short term, in either case, I see more downside due to these signals. And quickly on dollar against Mexican peso, it was, I think, last week, if not mistaken, that we were looking at this as a potential, wave B as a potential expanding flat, which actually played quite well in here with even an internal running flat in wave 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We ended above the 61.8 Fibonacci expansion of waves A and B, but that's okay. It's an extended wave, which we can easily see in waves C of an expanded flat, but on a running flat, obviously. So now we turned. It looks like to me we are in wave 3 now. We're going to get wave 4 and most likely then wave 5 in order to complete the first, because we are in C, we're going to face the first minor wave. The best thing to do is draw a line over here, because usually we've got to take into account where exactly we're heading. So if we've done 1, 2, and this is 3, then 4 and 5 is very likely to come up here, okay? But for the shorter term, because there's potential upside for a correction over here, as you can see also there is some sort of signal on the RSI and the MACD, then we're probably looking up to around, perhaps even back to the 21, closer to the 21, in order to get a nice, healthy correction for a continuation to the downside. Once we break that trend line, then we should be looking for further downside that is going to get us obviously below 20 and then closer to 19. Okay, so guys, I want to thank you very much for watching. I want to wish you all a very nice last trading session for the week, a nice weekend, and we'll see you again